Hello and welcome to our viewers from across the globe to the GBKM talk show. And on today's talk show, we have Legacy, a one-on-one interactive with Nigeria originals living in diaspora anywhere around the globe. And today, joining us on this one-on-one Legacy talk show is the one and only Mr. Kenny Bazuaye, the President, CEO, GBKM Network, Toronto, Ontario. Mr. Kenny, you're welcome on the show.
Amaka, thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure. So please tell our viewers who you are and where you live, besides what I've said already.
Thank you very much. You pretty much has done justice to it. Kenny Bazuaye here, President, CEO, GBKM Network, Inc. I am also the founder, president of Bazuaye Cultural Production. We have a sister organization, which is also another station, a community station, which is Great Benin Kingdom Media. I wear multiple hats. I'm a community mobilizer. Some people call me an ambassador and so on. But once again, it's so beautiful to be here today.
Wow, this is awesome. I didn't know you have so many hats that fit so many roles. Great, great, great. Always a joy to have you. And I'm glad that I'm knowing more about you than I've known before. Okay, so what's your Nigeria heritage? I know you've hinted us a little bit, but what do you identify as?
I tell people all the time, I'm a Benin man. I'm from the Benin Kingdom, from the Bazuaye's family, which is Bazuaye of Benin. I sometimes tell people when I'm like upset, I said I'm arrogantly Edo man. So you can quote me anyway. I'm arrogantly
unapologetically Edo man.
Arrogantly Edo man. Well, for those that don't know where Edo is, Benin Kingdom, we are located somewhere in Nigeria, in the south side of Nigeria, and Nigeria is in West Africa.
Yes, that is absolutely true. And I can add also that Benin is very rich with culture, and like it's called Benin Kingdom. It means that they have a king, and until this day, the king holds a very, very vital position in the community, and very unquestionable as well.
And you can say that again.
Unchallengeable.
You can say that again. Obaga Tokwe.
Yeah. Obaga Tokwe, right?
Yes, he said.
He said.
Long live the king.
Okay. So how are you Niger best, Bazuaye? What makes you proudly Nigerian, giant of Africa, super eagle, Niger best?
The individualistics of Nigerians, the ability for us to flourish as a group or as an individual. It's what I really admire and makes me proud. Nigeria is a country with over 200 million people. That means to say that the economical power is there. Whatever product you want to sell, and if you're able to present it to the people, you will definitely have a return on your investment. However, we flourish together as a community, as a group. We also flourish individual. Like some people will say, any country you go, there is no Nigeria run. There's no money there.
There's nothing happening there.
There's nobody there.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. My Niger people, love you all. Love us so much. What are you mostly known for, Bazuaye?
Well, I wear many hats, and depending on how you know me, that's how you address me. But generically, a lot of people kind of associate me with community building, community mobilizing. When you say Bazuaye in Toronto, it's very hard. Like when you have let's assume, for lack of a better example, you have 50 Nigerians, guaranteed at least 40 will know. And when you say the name Bazuaye, they will know it's me.
Yeah.
The other ones may know the name, may not know the face, but many of them are, because of what we have successfully done in GTA, in Canada at large, a lot of them associate, it kind of remember, they kind of relate us or connect us to community mobilizing, community building. More so, I'm also the social secretary of the Nigeria-Canadian Association, and that's also part of community building and mobilizing. So yes, your direct answer is a lot of people, when they know me as community building, cultural ambassador.
Yeah. And it's so great to also note that you have received a lot of recognition for this and a lot of awards. And, you know, proud to know you, proud to knowing you is liking you, loving you. You know, you have such great reputation, not just as a person, but also as a community leader. Thank you very much for all you do.
Amaka, same thing to you. I'm very humbled. Again, I must say to your viewers today that this is one of the shows I've been excited to be around. The other time I was supposed to be here, unfortunately I couldn't make it, but I've always been looking forward. As a matter of fact, guys, I came on before she even came on. That's how excited. That's how excited I was.
Oh, you just called me out. That's unfair.
But well, I came on because I was really excited. I was looking forward.
Thank you very much. So exciting to have you as well. You make me proud every single time we talk.
Thank you. Thank you.
So how have you embraced the Canadian culture, and how has the Canadian culture integrated with your Nigerian values?
It was pretty hard. It was hard as the cultural shock and the mode of operandum when it comes to business.
Yeah.
It was very, very hard. Let me start from the cultural shock. As trivial as smiling, skin teeth. Here you see people smile to you. I embraced it. I thought it was love. I thought it was somebody appreciating me. I thought it was somebody reckoning with me. Little do I know that it was just something that is a habit that they just do. And until I find out that it was normal. They call it
like being polite as Canadians.
Yes, that was very, very shock. And then when it comes to business, the way business is done here is a little bit different, you know, in the sense that you have to compete. And when I mean compete, it's very different from the way we compete from back home. Remember, back home, we have our classmate, our neighbor. So somehow your presentation go far, but sometimes you meet people you know, you meet your classmate, you meet your father's name makes way for you. Here, your father's name doesn't make way. No. You don't meet your classmate, you have to rely on your skill. Then I quickly realized that I have to work double, triple to be accepted as equal as the other people that I met here. So it was kind of hard. And there was one thing that actually shocked me when I came here, and your viewers probably will laugh at me on this one. So I went to the mall. So I wanted to buy myself something. I bought it, then got home. It was one item I got. So I opened it and I looked at the receipt. The receipt was more than the price. So I looked and I paid for 3 items. So I said, this is crazy. So I went back to the mall, to the store. I was so furious. And I told the manager, the lady, I said, I want to speak to the manager. So the manager came. He looked at the receipt. I'm like, I paid for 3 items. You're charging me more. So it was about 14% more than what I should have paid. So the guy looked at me, he's like, are you new? I'm like, yeah. He's like, this is HST and GST. So I said, oh, I did not know that, because where I'm from in Nigeria, if you spend naira, you give them 10 naira.
Yeah.
And nobody ever told me about it, you know? Those are some of the stuff.
I never would have thought. I was so engrossed in the story and following the story to get where you're going. Oh my goodness, no.
So they all laughed at me. I left. If I was white, I was Caucasian, my face would have been red. I was like, this is so embarrassing.
Oh, well, but you learned it the hard way. At least for the first time and the last time, you were very, very clear about that. You wouldn't, have the same problem going forward. Yeah, that's very interesting. I had similar experience when I was new. I would be buying something, maybe I have like budgeted $50. And then I thought, oh, but what I picked was like, should have been about $36. And then someone goes, oh yeah, because you didn't realize that you should have calculated the taxes. I'm like, gosh. So that means $50. If I'm budgeting something for $50, I should plan for more than $50 to pay at cash out because, you know, $50 alone will not pay for $50
it was a shock to
of
me.
items.
It was a shock. At least you were able to curb it and understand. I caused a scene. I caused a drama, like a scene.
Oh no, I'm so sorry about that experience. I'm sure you look back and you laugh at yourself.
But you know, I'll tell you what I learned from that, you know,
Yeah.
while we're talking about it. When I see people that just come now,
Yeah.
I always want to reflect on how I felt when I came.
Yeah.
So my endurance, my tolerance, my level of endurance and tolerance kind of increased because I understand they might be making the same mistake I made by going back to the store and then accusing people. So I kind of have some level of tolerance and understanding for that. They may not know exactly what it is, you know? Yeah. Because sometimes we forget, because we've been around here for a long time, we forget that not everybody.
It takes adjusting.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Yeah, right. You're right. So basically, has that integrated with your Nigerian cultural values?
Yes, what we have succeeded in doing is we have been able to take this beautiful stuff, beautiful cultural heritage in Africa and mimic it here in North America. Yeah. Hence, we have the Nigeria-Canadian Association, we have other associations. We're trying to replicate those, duplicate and replicate those cultural heritage values. The cultural values are ways of living that that's so rich. We're trying to bring here. So thank God for Canada, and most especially Toronto is a melting pot. All cultural heritage are accepted. They give us at least room to exhibit those good, beautiful things that we are doing. So for us, for me as an individual, I'm very grateful that we are able to exhibit our cultural heritage and values here. What was the most thing that I didn't get as soon as I arrived was how to strike a balance. But as you grow, you integrate into the community. I run an organization where we are linked up with all three levels of government and so on, grassroots and so on. So it gives us and give me the opportunity to relate with all levels. And by relating and knowing where I'm from, I kind of appreciate Canada more and appreciate that balance that we need to strike. I quickly learned that I don't have the right to judge the next cultural heritage. True. I have to accept it and pick those values that are useful to me and run with them. Yeah, because much as we have a lot of significant differences, we have quite valuable similarities, you know, across cultures, all cultures I've seen. Yeah, you're correct. It's a beautiful thing for us. For example, we have I have a Bazuaye cultural production, 2012, donated about 4,000 books and 4,000 pens to Edo school here. So imagine a country that will allow you to have your own school where you teach your language. Now I hear that the school is in Toronto District School Board now and so on. So those are the values. Yeah, those are the things that Canada allow you to do. And those are the things that we want to associate ourselves to. And I want to pioneer. Absolutely. Very great cultural values and having the ability and opportunity to teach it and pass it on to the next generation, because believe it or not, the children who were born here, raised here, they need a little bit of something, you know, and they may not have the opportunity to go back home to go to Nigeria, which, you know, is a second home for them because here is the first home that they know, to go pick on those values. At least we have a little bit of it, you know, intimated in the culture, in the community here. Great. So are there particular Nigeria/Edo traditions you still practice while living abroad? Oh, I shouldn't have asked that question. I should have known that. Well, yes, I want to know what are these cultures? You can tell, just to identify with my cultural root, you can tell by my attire that I'm geared up in the cultural heritage. Yeah, welcome. I represent. So one of the beautiful things here is that, for example, my Bazuaye cultural production, one of my organization has been organizing Igwe Festival for the past about 13 years now in North America. We are the first Edo Benin man that is publicly organizing the Igwe Festival for the whole Benin's free and is an open event. And what is Igwe Festival? Igwe Festival is a festival just like you have Christmas. It's done around Christmas, around this time. It's a festival where we celebrate, we thank God, we thank our ancestors, and thank our head for taking us all through the year and so on. So that's another way where we bring our children, our family, to the knowing of our culture, have them participate, allow them to see the beauty of our cultural heritage.
Wow.
So we have been able to, again, those cultural part of it, like you ask, be it fashion, music, even activities, we have been able to import those ones that are that we can legitimately import here.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, that's excellent. I couldn't have asked for any better. So how do you assert your school of thought?
Let me put it this way. Let me just answer it in my own organic way. I'm a person that like balance. I don't know if this will do justice to your question. In everything that I do, no matter what it is, my school of thought is based on balance, as long as it's balanced. I do believe that you have rights. Your right ends when you infringe on my privacy.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I have right to do what I want. My right ends when I start infringing on your own privacy. So I believe that when we can strike a balance, my school of thought is very basic. It's simple, straightforward. That's like not that complicated, because the world can be a better place. Because truly, Amaka, the change we really want, to be honest, begins with us.
True.
It begins with us. Many of us,
we can't demand change from another if we are
many of us are looking forward to the next person to bring the change. But the change we want begins with us.
True. Yeah. Point to note, guys. Note that down. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Bazuaye. I like that Bazuaye.
Thank you.
I like the sound of it.
The guy, the old guy was I don't know how to put it, man. That guy he's done well,
Yeah.
At my age.
Attention the community.
That's a different discussion. Those men were men.
Like that.
Let's put it like that. Those men were men. Men. They're boys. Those men were men.
Well, I'm telling you, I can already imagine it. What would you say are the most social challenges facing Nigerians living in diaspora? And how may these challenges be resolved or contained?
Okay, the social challenges, my own view, is breaking to two. This social challenge, let's talk about the first generation and the second generation of, let's say, Nigerians in diaspora.
Yeah.
Okay. This very challenge for the first generation is what I'm going to explain: ability to adapt.
Oh, okay.
Many of us leave Africa, leave Nigeria, and brought Nigeria here and did not know when to strike a balance.
Yeah.
So we find out that in many things, we tell our children, we're Nigerians, this is how we do it. And some other things will not happen. No, we have to do it like we're in Canada, let's do it this way. The child is confused. The child doesn't know, are we Nigerian? Are we confused? Are we Canadian? We don't even know. So many of the challenges are the ability to adapt, even politically. The first generations Nigeria here in diaspora, I'll take Toronto, for example, they're not politically involved. They're not politically inclined. They don't go to their meeting. They don't even know who is their MP, MPP. They don't know. They probably just know who is their premier. They don't know who is the next door guy that is presiding over
your riding.
Over the right. They don't even know, many of us. I'm not saying all. The ability to adapt in a nutshell when it comes to the first generation.
Yeah.
Now, even the first generation, the ability to include the second generation. How does that tie into the second generation? Many times you see that the gap between the first generation and the second generation, when you're talking about inclusiveness, the gap is huge. Many times, even in those cultural gatherings, it's those meetings, like for example, the Canadian Association is the umbrella organization. You will expect a lot of youths to be involved. You will see that there's no youth. So for the youths now, there are challenges. When I say we break it into first generation and second generation, is that they're not able to connect with the first generation because it could be terminologies, ways of reasoning, thought process, the ways of executions. For example, I happen to fill in the gap. You have a decision that can be made in 20 minutes. Some organization will say, let's form a committee, 3-man committee. You spend 6 months in doing 3-man committee to come back to that first decision that you want to make. The young generation will be like, no, let's go goal it. We'll go goal it and find out what happened, who did it, the result they got. And you say, okay, now we don't have to invent the wheel. Let's do what they did and we'll get the same result. Since that's the result we are getting, everybody is quicker. So there's a huge gap. Overall, the ability to adapt and assimilate into the system, where the system is part of you, you are part of the system. It's one of the biggest challenges. Yes, you can excuse us to say, you know, first generation, you have 2 jobs, you don't understand the system, you got to go to war, you got to feed your children, go bring your wife from Nigeria, bring your husband from Nigeria, wherever it is. All this drama, that we understand that. Against all, the onus is on you to educate yourself, edify yourself, because the knowledge that you use properly is become wisdom.
Yes.
So if you are here, you're striving to bring your wife or your husband, your children, or you're bearing children here, you are not involved. What impartation are you thinking of passing to the children? Are you going to allow the children to be imparted just externally, or you want to also be part of the process of imparting your children while they are living in the system?
Yeah, that's a huge thought to ponder. Yeah, I see that. I agree completely, because I have seen people who have been here many, many years before I came, and I seem to be more interested in learning these things, knowing these things, being a part of it and experiencing it. But these people they don't even know about it. They don't even give a damn, like they don't care. And that's kind of worrisome, because you're not looking to going back to Nigeria anytime soon. And sadly, a lot of people like that, they've come to stay, literally stay.
You know, sorry to butt in. We did a survey about 3 years ago. The survey on the station was focused on first generation immigrant Nigerians in here. The question was that, how many non-Nigerian friends do you have? The most people we have are Ghanaian, those neighboring countries.
Yeah.
Majority didn't have Indian friend, no Caucasian friends. No, so that can influence how they hang out, who they hang out with, the parties they go, the kind of meetings they go, and so on. So those survey, by the time we got the survey, we got the data, I was shocked. I realized that we still are dwelling in our own small community. And you know what? Part of learning is missing up.
It's true. It's very, very true. Wow. You know, it's a shame, but I hope that the next generation does better and becoming
I see it as yes, I agree with you partially. I agree with you in part that it's a shame, but you know, every journey has a first step.
Yeah.
So I think instead of looking at it on that level, I think it's a step. At least our children will know better. And now, thank God for you, somebody like you in the cyberspace. You are now disseminating information. You are opinion builder. You are molding opinion. Things will gradually change when we have more people like you. And thank you for what you're doing.
Oh, thank you very much. And I mean, without you, I wouldn't be able to do this, because, you know, this is part of also social analysis, and, you know, getting to understand how people think, you know, how, what's a better way to say it? Social experiments, experiments and analysis, you know, analyzing how people think, how people, you know, what forms people's philosophy and values and all this. And thank goodness that I'm also getting more and more of our cultural heritage people on this show, so that we can benefit one another. You know, we have a wealth of knowledge. Everyone is different. We have things that we are very good at, And if we don't have this platform to share it, then how are we going to help build our community? You know, we need to hold each other's hands and recognize our strength, recognize the knowledge that we have, and be able to benefit each other. So that's a great thing. And without you guys, I won't be able to do it. You know, I'm only just the how do I put it, the conveyor of great people and experiences and, you know, philosophies. So thank you again.
Thank you.
So what lesson, Bazuaye, did you learn? Sorry, what life lessons did you learn from your father?
Slow to speak, slow to anger, and in anything you do, put yourself in somebody's shoe.
Oh, what a reasonable guy. Is he still with us?
No, yeah, sadly he passed on. He's so rest in peace. But those were the three things he lived by. Very slow to speak, slow to anger, and always consider the next person. Put yourself in their shoe. Sometimes you can be in a position of advantage. You can be in a position where you are no longer in touch with what that person is going through. Try. He will always say endeavor, at least endeavor to feel that person's position. Wow. And then it can impart your decision making and thought process.
Awesome. Oh, his memory is already a blessing, blessing the next generation and generations to come.
Yes,
may
indeed.
He so continue to rest in peace.
Amen. Amen.
And what life lessons did you learn from your mother?
I learned from my mom that sometimes my mom and my dad is the opposite. Yeah, I learned from my mom that there's time. Sometimes being too quiet doesn't
cut the advantage.
Yeah, it doesn't cut it. Sometimes you must know when to strike. You must know when to be upset. You must know when not to upset. That I learned from my mom. My dad is always never angry.
Oh.
But my mom, sometimes she would just dash out. And as I grew, I started to understand that this is why. And then I have to ask, I'm like, why do you sometimes? She's like, you know, there's time for everything.
Yeah.
And she goes, what you accept, you encourage it.
Yeah, because it's condonment, right?
Yeah, she said, what you accept, you encourage it. So if it's not good for you, don't accept it because you don't want to encourage it.
Yeah, you can't complain about what you have already condoned, you know. Yeah, I kind of like her style, you know, the typical Beanie Queen.
See that? I hope she's listening. That's fire for fire. You already know.
Yes.
Fire for fire.
So what did the streets teach you? What did you learn the hard way?
From the background that I come from in Nigeria, things was easy. Sometimes when it's supposed to be hard, your last name will make a way for you. So there have been situations whereby people be like, my dad is Bazuaye, I'm the son. Oh, now pardon you. Oh, yeah, can't go. You know,
yeah.
But when I traveled abroad, I find myself in the street of Toronto, for example. I quickly realized that, you know, as a matter of fact, they can't even pronounce the last name, talk less of knowing demand. So that one was quickly off the list.
Who cares about the one when they don't even care how to pronounce the last name? Or what that last name means and the influence and impact that the last name has in the community. And what community are we talking about? And how does that matter here?
Doesn't matter. They don't care. But the next lesson I learned was that whatever you want, there's nothing like handout or giving. I learned that life is a struggle. So everybody, let's take this tree, for example. Everybody wants this tree. And we're all running for it. And it's for the strongest. You fight hard. You want this tree. Everybody's working 8 hours to get this tree. You have to work 9 hours if you want to be the first to get there and get the tree. So that's one thing that I quickly learned in the street, that look, nothing is on handout. No. There's no royalty here. This is Canada.
True.
So you get to go to work, your money come to your account like a drive-through, you pay your insurance, the money is finished, you go back to work, and so on. So those are some of the things I learned that it's really, it's hard here. And another thing that I learned, which I do not agree with, but I learned it. I quickly realized that here in diaspora, or even like say the streets, everybody for themselves, God for all.
Yeah, yeah. Because you have to be accountable.
Everybody for themselves, God for all. Because the person you are calling, telling your stress, is dealing with his own, whether you like it or not. So it's gonna be like, oh, so sorry. Okay, now, okay, so sorry.
Okay, now, boom.
He's talking to you using the other hand to solve his own problem.
True.
Okay, now, okay.
Of course, he's not going to invest all his time.
Can't blame him.
He has a lot of problems.
Yes, because if he stopped doing that and give you the attention, he's going to be lacking. True. You can't blame him. True. So, but whereas where we are from, there's community.
Yeah, there's
togetherness. Everybody come together.
You're not left alone.
If you have a child, you're going to work. Your brother-in-law is there. Sister-in-law is there. Yeah. Like that's why we say take a village to raise a child, because it was actually,
and the village is available.
Yes, but here in Canada, it takes a sitter, babysitter to raise a child. It's not a village.
I tell you, and the sitter is expensive. It's not even.
Of course, it takes a babysitter. These are babysitter.
It's money.
So it's different. The concept is very different. It's different.
Too much trade-off, yeah. So if you had to pick a favorite person, mentor, who would that be?
My Uncle Robert Neihari.
Oh, is he still here with us?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Great.
It's
Tell us a little bit about him.
Somebody that when I was growing up, we actually look alike.
Oh.
Yeah. So when I was growing up, it's somebody I look onto he was very educated when we were growing up. And I thought, wow, this man is crazy, he's too intelligent, he's very, and so on. So it's somebody that I look onto. Every now and then we talk and I seek advice from him. In the business world, if you want to, there are a lot of people, because you see, I do believe that if you want to be successful, you do what successful people do. So my mentor is number one, Ted Rogers. Okay. Somebody that I've read his book over and over, and I follow his step, and so many other people that have succeeded in life. Because at the end, the success story is what you hear on Instagram. True. Nobody tell you their struggle.
No, absolutely. Yeah. Does Kenny have a favorite thing or favorite place?
Yes. It's called WORK.
Dang.
Yeah. I was able to turn, look at it this way. I was able to turn my passion into profit. Oh. I do what I do currently as a work, as a job. It's what I love to do. It's my fun. Yeah. It's what I can do. In one of my business, which is the TV station, I do about 104 hours a week. Ooh. So I average 14 hours a day, and I don't get tired. I'm never tired. I'm always working. I never get tired. Is what I like.
Nourishes you and renews your strength.
And the beautiful part of it is that there's also fun embedded in what I do. Apart from the actual work, is you get to meet people, you get to know new things, you get to learn new words, new vocabulary, new culture. It's endless. I can't trade it for anything. So
no, you can't.
My favorite thing, what I do, what I love to do, is work. My work.
Because work for you is fun, and it's passion.
When you do what you love to do, you never work a day.
You never work a day of your life. That's true. What ticks you off, Kenny?
Ooh. Don't ask this.
I have to.
Okay. I'll tell you the way it is. I don't like somebody that is slow.
That is what?
Slow.
Slow. Ooh. Okay.
So I believe, let's take, for example, I'm driving with my family. I'm going to go buy Tim Hortons. We left the home. We said, we're going to buy Tim Hortons. We drove 20 minutes or 10 minutes or even 5 minutes to go buy Tim Hortons. Now I'm on a drive-through. Now you are looking for the money. I get angry. Ooh. Because you see, preparation is halfway to success. True. No matter how you look at it. So you left your home. I'm driving. You're in the car with me. You didn't bring the money out. You didn't ask the children what they want to drink. Now we have 10 cars behind us. You are holding up, no, not only holding up the 10 cards, you don't even know what you want. Now you know what you want, you don't even know where the money is. I get angry. As little as that, because I believe that in everything, or just like I'm going to interview you, you come to my office, I'm interviewing you for a job, and you have never been to my website. You don't know what we do. Those little things. But in the opposite, God, I get fascinated with people that are prepared. I get fascinated with intelligent people. You don't have to be a genius. Just be prepared.
Just be prepared. Put a little effort. Make a little effort. Be considerate.
That's the right word. That's the right word. I get fascinated. Like I fall in love really quick like that, because it blows me like, oh yes, you actually put thoughts to it. You actually know, okay, I'm going to go buy Tim Hortons. I need double. I'm using Tim Hortons to give them free advertisement. Check out Amaka's page. You get a supporter, sponsor at Tim Hortons. But let's say we take that.
Teams.
Yes. They get to do that because you're doing well. But for a better example, I'm going to buy a coffee, and then now I'm there. There's a whole lot of line because time. See, the difference between successful people and not successful people, preparation and time management. Time management, attention to details. Preparation, time management, attention to details. Those three things are crucial. But you're not prepared, you're not paying attention to detail. You just arrive there, you have 20 people behind you. You're not saying, I think I want double.
The thing is, when it comes to time management, let me also chip that along. Will I say expatiate on that? Time management may not really be the time that you leave the house to get to where you're going, but it may be more, constructed within the timing of a thing. So if you miss a timing, you are bad in time management. Timing is very, very key to success. That's another story for another day.
It is, because you have 24 hours, I have 24 hours. And you are making $500 a day and I'm making $10. Yes, opportunity and many other things can be part of it, but also time management is crucial. Now, if I know that I'm coming to you and it's 2 o'clock and I can't make 2 o'clock, I'm not only calling you to say I'm late, I'm also helping you to manage your time. Because by the time I call you, I say, you know what, I can't make 2 o'clock, but I can make 2:15. You reschedule yourself and have other things done in that 15 minutes.
Have a coffee,
in that 15 minutes. True. So your time is managed properly.
True.
And that gets me angry. And you know the funny thing, people that know me very well, they will laugh as I say this, because I used to be the worst. That used to be my problem. Me, I will call you, I'll be like, I don't reach your house, so I never even come off house. I was worse. That was my problem. So I realized it was a problem.
You got better.
See, the reverse is now is the case. Like you can imagine that, and I started working on myself. Started saying, listen, this is wrong. This is insulting.
Don't joke with people's time. Don't joke with your time.
It's insulting.
If you can't take it, don't give it.
That took me off a lot. It took me off a lot.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Kenny. I don't want this show to end. This is great. I'm loving it. Every inch of it. So what we'll set what is Kenny Office. 2 words to describe Kenny Bazuaye.
2 words will be very hard because I wear many hats, like you say. I'm very compassionate and community oriented, highly community oriented
and compassionate. Wow.
Community oriented for many reasons.
Great.
Because you rise as my I will say my friend. Well, let me claim it is my friend. As my friend David. Don't call him David. David, let it look like it's my real friend. As my friend David will say.
OBO.
Yeah, as my friend David will say, you rise by raising others. I believe in that a lot. My prayer every day is God to give me the ability to touch life. See, a lot of us, and sorry that I segue into something a little bit slightly out of what you're asking me. So many of us get angry because people cannot, or some of people that we're dealing with cannot come along as quickly. So what it is that if you know better, because you know better, increase your level of endurance so that you can get somebody to know better too. So
I need to know that for myself.
Community building is very hard. Why I say it's very hard? You can be teaching or showing somebody the right thing because they don't know. They are stabbing you. They are
They'll be
stabbing you.
frustrating the process.
You need the grace of God. You need wisdom. You need
Yeah.
high level of tolerance to say,
Yeah.
okay, you know what? Even though you are stabbing me, this is the way. Sometimes when they realize that you showed them the right way, many of them, they are like those 11 people, 10 people that Jesus Christ healed. They won't even come back. They just move on. Some will come back. But if you are a true trailblazer, a pace setter, a community builder organically, those things don't touch you. Because you know why? You are not doing it for him to come back. You're doing it to create a soldier, to create another soldier, to create another soldier. So as far as you already create him and touch his life, you should be rest assured that he's going to touch somebody else. That alone should be satisfactory.
Yeah. And I think that's a typical way that Canada system is run, especially speaking from an immigrant perspective. You know, Canada has a system that supports people who are new to the community, who are new to the society. They have a system that integrates you. They have a system that teaches you, cultures you, helps you, assists you. And not only that, follows up on the progress that you've made so far, so that at the end of the day, you have something that you have gained from all this process that you can pass down to the next person. Because the truth is, the system may not be able to reach everyone, but if they reached you, when you have the next person on your team, you reach out to them and you do the same.
You know what I'll say to rebut to this? In Canada, in its imperfection, God bless Canada. This is a country where you will not see somebody that say, I stay for your house. Now you ask me for 1 year. You can't ask me for 6 months. This is a country you arrive right at the airport as you are taking a refugee. If you are a refugee, they give you a bundle of shelter to pick from.
Canada.
You pick shelter, you stay in the shelter. From there, you go to English as first language, just provisions. The social system is robust.
It is.
I'm not saying the country is perfect.
Yeah.
God bless Canada.
The humanitarian effort that they have set down, and even more to come, and more expanding in all, ramification. Well, God bless Canada. I say that too.
I concur.
Yeah. So, favorite Nigerian food?
I'm a typical Benin man, so
let me think of Benin typical food. I know there is snail.
I like to devolve pounded yam. I devoil it. I like to devolve pounded yam and egusi soup, but when I'm on the run, I will settle for rice.
Yeah.
But when I'm comfortable, I like to devour. Like I said, devour. I won't say eat, and they devour them like that. You see, if you can tell from my huge body.
Food devourer.
Yes, I devour it.
So you have favorite Nigerian music or music artists?
I do have more than one.
Okay.
That's because, okay, I'm a person that I don't like the politician. I like what they stand for.
Okay.
So on that way, so I don't like any artists. I like when they make good music. Okay. So I may like this song from Davido. That's a hit. I like the other one for Timaya. Yeah. I like the other one. But the guy that has a lot of, from beginning to now, a lot of music that I have always liked many of his songs. And I won't say him, because you have to separate the art from the artist.
The artist from the art, yeah.
Yeah. So it's Timaya. I love a lot of his music resonated with me. Yeah. When he started, in my own submissive opinion, I thought he won't stand the test of time because his music was like complaining, plantain seller and all this. But he was able to quickly metamorphose into something else and it's in big tune. I tell people all the time, one thing that Timaya don't know how to do is bad music.
It's true. He is so revolutionary, so revolutionary. I see him revolve so greatly. In fact, he's one of my favorite music artists. And I used to say that, if I'm getting married, I'm having a traditional marriage because I haven't got one. And I can afford it. That I would love for Timaya to be there because he's a great singer.
If you get so
he's a great dancer.
When he came to Toronto, I interviewed him and then we hung out in the evening. That was a day before he performed. Yeah. And if you don't get to know him, you think he's cocky. But that's his personal. But there's two Timaya in one. When you see Timaya in the stage, it's a different Timaya.
He's an animal.
Yes, when you see him hanging out, he's comfortable hanging out with people he knows, he's comfortable with. If he doesn't know you, he probably will not even shake you or just it's like that. But if you get to know you understand why. Everybody has his own way. But he's a great person, man, to talk to.
Papi Chulo.
Yeah, that's my boy, man.
Papi. I missed his concert the last time he came. I didn't have any.
We were there. We covered it. We covered it. He was here. We interviewed him too.
I missed it. I cried because I didn't have anyone to come with.
Very cool guy, man. You missed it indeed.
I did.
He's a cool guy.
Because it's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Of course, it looks like it appears that I have out of 900 Nigerian artists, 99 are my favorites. So.
That same like me. But I don't really.
So I literally, everyone is my favorite.
For me, I just like the tune. When you drop a good tune, and there are three ways in which I look at the music. Some music are good temporarily. They cannot stand the test of time. I love music that I can classify as a cappella. Where evergreen. Something that can stand the test of time and so on. And that's the flavor we're gradually losing from the African contemporary music that is coming out right now. You just sing, I get cassava, I get cassava, I get cassava. After 2 years, nobody wants to listen to I get cassava.
But that's the thing with our culture too. We have so many artists that we tend to want them to do different things all the time. No, give them a break. Cut them the slack. America, they have, like each artist maybe releases a song and album every couple years. And everyone is patient with them, and it doesn't matter that the Taylor Swift song has been like 10 years ago.
But you know why? Fresh. But you know why American is able to endure that 2 years? You know why? Because just like Nigeria is getting to right now, American music is widely accepted worldwide.
Yes.
So one song, you can actually do a tour for one song for 2 years. You never see finish.
That is true.
You do America, you do North America, you do Canada, you go everywhere.
South America.
Or like music you just play that just end up in that circle where you want to talk. So you want to do another one, you want to do another one, you want to do another one. So, but as the market gets bigger, then the time they have now.
Then the structure begins to come in.
Yes, the time to take a break will be
because I think I want to see that structure because we are so insatiable with music. And I think it's unfair to the artists. We are literally pressuring them. And when you pressure someone, they don't give you their best. They don't give you them because they don't take the time.
The other side of it is this. From the angle you are right. Sometimes they pressure themselves because right now, remember those days, record label used to be a big deal. Right now, most of the artists are their own record label.
Their own record label.
So everybody have a piano at home to make their music. Everybody and their grandmother is an artist right now. So when the demand is more than the supply, what's going to happen? So they keep pushing so that they can be relevant. So they can be relevant because the demand is more, supply is more than demand.
Yeah, you're right. Very true.
Everybody is an artist.
Everyone is
like everywhere you go, somebody is.
And their grandmother. They have great music too.
That's because
these guys kill me with their new songs.
You cannot see them because the market is saturated.
It's saturated.
I'll set an example. Look at Aro Kelly, look at Joe.
Yeah.
Aro Kelly is a big guy because you know why? Joe music is good. But every time Joe release, Aro Kelly release, Joe never heard of. Joe release, Aro Kelly release, Joe never heard of. Because the market is saturated. But if you carefully listen to Joe, like I want to know, I don't want to be a player no more, and all those jobs, you're like, oh my God.
Oh my God. The rhythm.
Now, if you even look at the reading now, you go look at Aro Kelly. I want to freaky. What does it really help? But that's what is trending. But Joe, that would say, I don't want to be a player no more. I think I can find someone I can live my life for. That's the music that can be classified as an evergreen.
Evergreen. So what inspires / motivates Kenny Bazuaye? What keeps you grounded?
Result.
Oh, I love that. That was easy.
Yeah, result. I celebrate result a lot. Well, the way I celebrate is different. Some of my people, like my staff, some of them think I don't celebrate. But the reason is that I celebrate before them. How? I kind of, like, when in the process, I already make my mind.
You already
know how it's going to end. So my celebration is the process of doing it. Once it's achieved, I'm on the next project.
Right.
But what really gives me going is result. and I'm solution oriented.
Yeah.
So I don't dwell a lot on situations. I recognize the problem, and I'll identify the solution.
Within the problem.
Yes, then I apply it. I only think of the problem when the solution fail again.
Yes.
Other than that, I'll be saturated with a lot of things to deal with if I have to take all of them like that. So you're telling me you are not selling? Why are you not selling? Who are you identifying? Who are you marketing to? This is what I think you need to change. Oh yeah, go back and come back in 6 months if there's changes. We'll move to the next one.
Congratulations. Last question, but not the least. What is Kenny Bazuaye's legacy? What would you like to be remembered for? What's your legacy?
I tell my staff all the time when we do a staff meeting, I want to leave a footprint.
Okay.
I call it intergenerational footprint, where we create ambassadors that will create ambassador, that will keep creating ambassador and keep creating ambassador.
Generational footprints.
Intergenerational footprint.
Intergenerational footprints. That is excellent.
I'm humbled.
May that wish be granted. May we live to see it, celebrate it.
Amen and amen.
May the next generation never forget Kenny Bazuaye.
Amen.
The impact is made in their life, their career, their passions, and the community at large.
Thank you very much. Amen.
Thank you very much once again for coming on the show. I hope to see you again on other segments.
Anytime, any day. I want to say to your listeners, your viewers all over the world, thank you for supporting her. I believe without you guys, she wouldn't be here. Thank you, Amaka, for bringing me on. I'm humbled that you bring me here, and please, whatever you do, keep doing what you're doing. I want to quickly say this before I let you go. Okay. Many times in this journey, everybody pretend they don't see your struggle.
Yeah.
Two things happen.
Yeah.
When you make mistakes, they start, everybody's on you.
Yeah.
Or when you make it big, everybody come to you. Yeah. In the journey, the process, even when they are watching you, some people will not even hit like or share. They're watching you. I'm just saying this to you. I'm speaking from a life experience.
Yeah.
But keep the fire burning, because you know why? There's always somebody watching.
Yes.
No matter what, there's always somebody watching. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And I'm honored to have you. I'm honored and grateful for your advice. I will keep the fire burning. And I also do this out of passion. It's not work to me. I do it tired. I do it sleepy. I do it stressed out. I do it when I love it. I do it when I don't want to do it. I don't complain. It nourishes me. It's my therapy. You know, the ideas keep flowing. The love keep growing. In fact, I can't even stop, thanking my fans, my followers, my support system, my family, my friends, all my guests. Like, you guys are amazing. I feel blessed, and I'll continue to go, and I will never let you down.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much.
Thanks to our viewers for watching. Thanks for stopping by again. And please share our content across your networks. And also continue to follow. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to our channel. We want to grow. Help us grow. We have something coming, and we always have great content. Wait for next. Thank you again. Shalom.